As the world mourns the loss of Bob Barker, his decades hosting The Price is Right somehow feel even more impactful. Believe it or not, he had some unexpected feelings about the show after he left. For so many people, Barker was synonymous with The Price is Right, and it makes sense since he was on our TVs for so long. He hosted The Price is Right for almost 35 years, from 1972 to 2007. Contrary to what most people believe, Barker was not the game show's first host. The first version ran on NBC and ABC from 1956 to 1965, but in the early 70s, CBS revived it for a slate of 3 game shows back-to-back. Even at the beginning, Barker had some critiques of the game show. He didn't even want to host the show immediately because he felt the other 2 game shows CBS had lined up were better produced. But the folks in charge felt his talent was much better suited to a show like The Price is Right. Needless to say, the show lasted far longer than the other shows on CBS's game show slate. For the longest time, people believed that if Barker left, the show just wouldn't exist anymore. Despite his earlier hesitation, Barker was fully committed to The Price is Right, and even when he got older, he refused to leave. He told Entertainment Weekly that he stayed on because he loved the show, and even after announcing his retirement, he regretted it immediately. Barker ultimately decided to leave The Price is Right, though not because of health problems. He wanted to retire while he was still relatively young. Barker had filmed well over 6,000 episodes. It was the longest-running game show on TV.
I want to thank you very, very much for inviting me into your homes for the last 50 years.
Barker filmed his last episode in June 2007. CBS searched high and low for his replacement and chose comedian Drew Carey, who was already hosting a different game show. People always have a hard time accepting change, so Carey knew he had big shoes to fill. Who knew he also had to keep Barker interested in the show? In 2009, when the hosts of Good Morning America asked Barker if he watched his former show with its new host, he said, "I sometimes turn it on for a game or two, but I don't watch it. I'm not a loyal viewer." Then in 2010, TMZ asked the former host what he thought of the show, to which Barker responded, "Carey does the show differently than I did. I try to make the show really exciting, and he doesn't do that. He just plays the games." Barker later clarified some of his statements to Entertainment Weekly, explaining that he wasn't criticizing Carey, the show, or CBS. That wasn't the only time Barker threw shade towards the show, though. Barker did not appear on stage during the show's 40th anniversary in 2012. He told the Associated Press that he was fine being excluded from the anniversary presentation. He chalked it up to his criticism about the show's recent prizes. A longtime advocate for animals, Barker blasted the show's producers for giving out tickets to SeaWorld and the Calgary Stampede as prizes.
If you're thinking about a trip to SeaWorld, please reconsider.
Regardless of whatever feelings he may have had about the show, its prizes, or its host, Barker did appear on the show 3 times after his retirement. The first was in 2009 to promote his autobiography, then again in 2013 in celebration of his 90th birthday, and finally in 2015 during an April Fool's episode. Drew Carey took to Twitter to honor Bob Barker after his passing, writing, "Very sad day for the Price is Right family and animal lovers all over the world. There hasn't been a day on set that I didn't think of Bob Barker and thank him. I will carry his memory in my heart forever."